On a bright sunlit day, we undertake journey to Pangong Tso, a distance of 175 kilometers. Interesting sandy hill texture and jutting rock. Planted poplar trees provide much needed greenery. Clutching hill faces, monasteries are a common sight. We are at high altitude with snow caps looming up at every bend. An abandoned car emerging from the snow. At Changla, we get a much needed break. The topography in early summer is endless snow with roads cleared for the traffic. The base signage we come across is undoubtedly that of hot cup of tea, courtesy Indian Army, to get our circulations going. There is a facility for medical emergency too. Changla Baba temple offers some solace to devotees who are willing to wade through the snow. The lone mountain dog in search of crumbs. We have to travel 84 kilometers to reach Spangmik, our final destination. Leaving behind Changla, it is more snow on the road, narrowing the driving space. The incoming car has to back up for us to squeeze through. We are behind a truck with bus on opposite side halted partially over the snow. The heavy vehicle behind the bus has a closed shape almost brushing against the truck. The topography changes dramatically with snow on hills and on the flat land below. The landscape is spectacular. A few minutes break to enjoy the scenario. We pass through Durbuk, a small sleepy town. Around lunchtime, we are at Tangtse. On pavements, it is business as usual for Ladakhi couple printing Buddhist flags. In Ladakh, flags are found fluttering everywhere, depicting Buddhist religion, motifs and mantras. The hill texture is worthy of taking note. On the opposite side, it is yak land. The place is literally a cold desert with sand layer on top of the soil, but enough grass on it to sustain the milch animals. The crystal clear snow melt forming rivulet and flowing through the terrain. In Ladakh, wildlife sanctuaries do not have man-made boundaries and one does not know when he is passing through one. Driver Sonam trying to find some sign of wildlife and we follow. There is one peering out of its burrow and Sonam obliges with breadstick. The Mermot is bold enough to stand on its hind legs to take the offering from hand. With us inching closer, the animal gets edgy and scurries back to the burrow. We get the first glimpse of Pangong Tso. Driving ahead, a slice of Pangong at the western side of the lake. A few snapshots from the car as we reach the road adjacent to the lake. We get our first break by the side of the lake. The white salt deposits on the ground is indicative of brackish nature of the lake. The backdrop of barren hills, with each one having unique texture and shape, is worth taking note of. A zoomed view of location of the film Three Idiots. We wish to visit the place during our return trip. Driving towards Spangmik through stone track is bone-jarring experience. In July-August, this track gets inundated by lake water. At last we reach Spangmik and luckily enough get a room at JKTDC guest house, possibly the best accommodation here. The weather-beaten faces of Ladakhi child and mother living at this high altitude place in harsh cold and windy conditions. The tall grass bushes possibly planted to give a dimension to otherwise bleak mudstone surface. The tall willow trees along the shore is a welcome addition. The colorful tents are for hire for those who would like to spend their time closest to the lake and bold enough to take on the cold windy conditions. The Pangong lake water gives a cobalt blue hue from the distance. Pangong lake view at this time of the day from shore is fascinating. The colors vary from transparent at the shore to turquoise at the shallow water and azure at the deep. The next morning we get to view a placid lake from top. At our first halt we get glimpse of gulls gliding against the backdrop of brown hill. The birds settle on land and water. The lone gull making its way to lake water.